Hi, boys and girls. For reading this week, one of our jobs that we're going to be doing is we are going to be working on some of the reading comprehension practice pages that I have towards the back of your reading packet. What I'd like you to do in your reading packet right now is to find the page that says A Chemist with Solutions. It says Character and Setting Day 1 at the top, and it says page 71 down here at the bottom. It should just be a few pages in. Once you find that page, I'd like you to follow along as I read the passage. We're going to do a few of these together, and then I'll have you start doing them more on your own. A Chemist with Solutions. The story of Dr. Percy Julian is an example of one person's hard work, determination, and courage. Percy Julian was born in 1899 in Alabama. Because he was African American, he was not allowed to go to the same schools as white children. The schools he attended did not teach science, and yet he became fascinated with the science of chemistry. Chemistry is the study of what substances are and how they react with one another. After college, Percy wanted to go to graduate school so he could become a chemist. Finally, oops, but one school after another turned him down because of his skin color. Finally, Harvard University accepted him. He got his master's degree in 1923. Then he went to Europe. In 1931, Percy Julian became Dr. Percy Julian, Doctor of Chemistry. For the rest of his life, Dr. Julian worked with chemicals found in plants. He knew that some plants had chemicals that could heal people, but it would take too many plants to have enough of the chemicals, so he created those same chemicals in a lab. That meant more people could get the medicines they needed. He developed chemicals that treated people with eye diseases. He created chemicals used to ease the pain that some people have in their bones. Dr. Julian also used chemicals to invent many new products. One of his products helped fight fires, and another kept food from spoiling. After working at a company in Chicago for many years, Dr. Julian opened his own lab. Then he started a school that trained young people to be chemists. Dr. Percy Julian died in 1975. Today, his discoveries continue to help millions of people. So I've just gotten done reading the first section, and now there are 3 questions at the bottom. Number 1 says, name 2 difficulties Dr. Julian had to overcome. Overcome means that you have to get past. Now, in the question, I'm going to circle the word 2 because it doesn't want just one difficult thing that he got past, but we have to find 2. So I'm going to look back, and I underlined in the passage a few things that I found. The first one being he was not allowed to go to the same schools as white children. And then I talked about that colleges also turned him down because of his skin color. So I'm going to write those 2 things down. He could not go to the same schools as white kids. I might have also put in there that his school didn't teach science. And then I'm going to say colleges wouldn't let him in because he was black. So I wrote down 2 difficult things that he had in his life that he had to overcome. The second question says, write 2 conclusions you can draw about the main character. How do you know that? Now, a conclusion means what are 2 things that I think I know about this main character? Well, one thing is that I think that he was hardworking. I'm going to write hardworking. Now, how did I know that? That he was hardworking? it talked in the article about he discovered many things. Another conclusion I can draw is that I think that he was brave. He was brave because he kept trying, even when people were saying that he couldn't go to that school or he shouldn't do that. So I wrote down two things that I think I know about that character and why I felt that way. The final question says, what is the setting in which Dr. Julian spent his time when working? Well, most of the time, I'm thinking that he probably worked in a science lab or laboratory. So I've done my three questions. I am done with my reading comprehension pages here for today. We'll go on to the next page tomorrow and do another one together, and then you'll be able to start doing some practice on your own.